In the last lecture, I have showed you in step-by-step ways how to prepare a data source for an Excel pivot table. In this lecture, I will summarize all the rules and regulations of preparing a data source for an Excel pivot table that you have learned in the last lecture. Here is the first rule: your data source must have column headings. If this is not the case, your pivot table report cannot be created. In the screen, you see a data table that has meaningful headings for every data field. Second rule is ensure that your data is in tabular layout. In tabular layout, there are no completely blank rows or columns in a dataset, and every column has a heading. In tabular layout, columns are regarded as data fields and rows are considered as records. The data table on the left side of the slide is in accurate tabular layout. The data table in the middle of the slide is a completely bad design because the data table has an entire blank column and an entire blank row. The data table on the right side of the slide will be accepted by Excel pivot table feature, but it is not recommended. When you find a data table with some blank cells in it, represent those missing values with some logical missing value code whenever possible. Say you can use not applicable in those missing values. The next step is avoid storing data in the section headings. In the screen, you are seeing two examples of this type of data presentation. If the data field represents dates, format the values in the data field as dates. If the data field represents number, format the values in the data fields as numbers. So these are the common rules to prepare a dataset for Excel pivot table. Remember and follow these rules.